How's it going, guys? This is Bailey with Rogers Performance Marine. So we just completed the build on this 2024 Lund 1875 Pro Guide. This was a custom ordered boat that we ordered in for one of our clients. They upgraded from actually a 1400 Fury Lund up into this machine. This is probably one of, if not the biggest electronics installs that we've ever done at the shop and overall rig jobs. So I just want to take a couple seconds to show you what we did the boat, kind of give you an idea of the layout itself from Lund, and then of course show you the electronics. I mean, truthfully, this probably should be a model boat for Humminbird and Minnkota. It's got some of the greatest technology that you can get in fish boats right now, from fish finders, trolling motors, transducers, and everything in between. I mean, these guys did a really good job speccing it out, and then our technicians back in the shop did a really good job rigging everything. It all looks super clean, functions very well, with the help with the customers telling us where they want things laid out, how they want it to look. And then again, our technician in the back just did a really good job. So we just want to show you what it's got before this boat heads to the water today. So kind of going over the exterior of the boat, we didn't do very much aftermarket on the exterior. You know, they wanted to keep this boat nice and clean. You know, I think this is kind of like this guy's retirement dream boat. So, you know, he wanted to make sure it looks good and it's protected. So we did the Lund factory bow rock guard, keep rock chips off the hull. This is the upgraded tandem axle trailer. So you've got the new upgraded rims for 2024, diamond plated fenders, all LED lighting. Comes with a breakaway tongue on the hitch as well, and then your load guides, matching spare tire on the other side. Coming to the back of the boat, this is where we got into some of the custom stuff that we did here. So we've got a Wave Wackers transom guard installed from Wave Wackers. So it's got cut out for the talons, going to keep the customer nice and dry inside the boat. Back of the boat here, you'll see we've got 3 transducers, 2 mega side imaging transducers for the head units, as well as our high-speed skim transducer. Kind of hard to see here. We did go ahead and do a TM jack plate on here, so we can raise the motor up, get in some really shallow water when we're fishing, and just make sure we're not, you know, dinging the prop or the lower unit or anything else. We are looking to put a stainless steel, Spitfire X7 prop on it right now. Wasn't available and we didn't have one in stock, so we're running a 17 pitch 4-blade. Same style prop, just this one's obviously aluminum. Again, on the back of the boat, like I mentioned earlier, we did do the talon with a talon tilt bracket. Help this guy fish in shallow water, quietly anchor it, and keep the boat stationed in place. Again, not a whole lot to show you on the exterior of the boat. They did a great job with the graphics. I love the red Lund raised letters. A lot of people like to do the black or chrome, which looks really good too. The red really just pops. Lund's color, in my opinion, has been known for red, so I do like to see when people do their red chrome lettering. It looks really nice. So we're going to hop up inside, show you what we've got for electronics, and then the customer should be here pretty quickly to take this thing to the water for the first time. All right, so first I want to start off in the bow, show you a little bit of what Lund does at the factory, as well as what we did in terms of upgrades. So I'm going to go ahead and get the lean post out of the way so we can get a better view of the electronics and the trolling motor. So what we've got going on here, up top, I've got a Solix 12, and then below it, I have an Apex 13. So these are all ran and hooked together through an Ethernet or an Ethernet hub box that Lund installed up in the bow. Because we ran so many different graphs, so many different transducers, and so much, you know, different electronics, we did have to run another 5-port Ethernet hub box in the back and just connected the two. That way, all 4 fish finders in the boat will be able to share information. So again, Solix 12 on top, Apex 13 on the bottom. Down below that, you'll also see we've got the Hydrowave and the KVD edition. That's mounted on a ram mount, so we can move that out of the way when we're not using it. Kind of hard to see in the video, but tucked up underneath that, we did install a cutoff switch for the Mega Live transducer so that it's not running at all times. We'll take and power it up when we want to use it, so we're not having unnecessary battery draw. Very front of the boat, it's going to be hard to see in this video, but we did do the minnkota Ultrex Quest. So we've got this one set up to run 36 volt. That's the trolling motor itself. Connected to the trolling motor, like I mentioned previously, it's got the Humminbird Mega Live imaging. We also have Humminbird's Mega 360 imaging, and then the KVD sound transmitter or the Hydrowave sound transmitter, is also hooked up on the motor to the trolling motor itself. This trolling motor is set up just to run sonar. All of our side imaging is going to come from the transom transducers as well. Real quick look at the bow of the boat for any of you guys interested in the Pro Guide series itself. Lund does a great job at laying this out. A lot of storage, very deep storage compartments for all your gear. A boat like this is going to be heavy on tackle, so they want to make sure that they've got plenty of room for that. So we've got bow storage compartments. Of course, you got your bow live well. This one does feature a transom live well as well. And then they really thought this boat out. I mean, they used every single inch of this boat for storage where they could. So I've got storage all throughout. Make sure I've got plenty of room for all my gear. Take and put this fast seat back in so we can open up the rod locker and you can see that. A lot of room in there. Nice, accessible rod locker. Easy to get your equipment in and out. We upgraded this one with a 5-bank minnkota precision charger. It's set up to charge lithium batteries. We did run 5 batteries in it, like I said. We got 3 for the 36-volt towing motor, 1 for the starting motor, and then a 132 amp hour lithium battery that's going to run all of our electronics. All right, now at the back of the boat, sitting in the captain's chair. This is where, owner of the boat's going to be sitting and doing spent most of his time. So matching what we've got up in the bow, I've got Apex 13 back here, as well as a Solix 12. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, we've got 3 transducers off the back, 2 mega side imaging transducer, high skim transducer. The way we set this one up, I've got the high skim transducer going to the Apex 13 as well as the mega side imaging transducer. What's cool with the Apex is it has 2 individual ports for those, so I don't have to run a splitter there. The Solix 12 is got a mega side imaging transducer coming to it. And then again, they're both ran to an Ethernet hub box that we mounted in the storage compartment, which will communicate with the Ethernet hub box in the bow, sharing information bow to stern between our mega side imaging transducers, 360 imaging, mega live. So we should be able to see, again, bow to stern, whatever imaging we want from any of the 4 screens here. Love the way Lund lays out their console. Gauges are easy to see right there on display. Master power switch, easy to access. It's going to light up all of our electronics. Then you've got drawers here. Put your tackle equipment in there. Upper deck storage as well. We did solid mount this. This traditionally would be a storage compartment to get into, but because the weight of the 2 fish finders, we solid mounted that to make sure that it's not going to be bouncing around or doing anything while you're going down the water. Back of the boat, we have our secondary live well. This is going to be your larger live well, bait bucket from the factory as well. On the very back of the motor, like I mentioned earlier, we do have the TM jack plate, and then they did the 90 horsepower Mercury outboard with the power assist tiller handle. We've got switches for our jack plate on the transom, so I can raise and lower the motor without moving from this seat. Talon, that's going to be Bluetooth remote controlled, so I can control that from wherever we're at in the boat. Battery storage is going to be down here. We ended up doing, again, 27 group battery AGM for the starting motor, and that's also going to run the Talon. And then we've got a expion 360 132 amp hour battery that's going to run all the electronics in here. From there, we added a secondary battery switch. So we have one battery switch that's just for the motor and Talon, and then another battery switch for all the electronics. What else? We did the Rockford Fosgate stereo upgrade. We have some good music inside the boat. Nice access to our starboard side rod storage in here. Again, very well thought out by Lund to make sure you've got tons and tons of room for your rods and equipment. So now we're going to get this boat covered up, and customer should be here soon to take this thing to the water.